public relation firms, bioresearch and development companies, entertainment industry, and global technology-based business. All these industries have a great demand for computer technicians and computer programmers. Computer science students at UNI learn much more than computer programming. They learn software servicing, systems analysis, online models, and more.
We actually had an operating systems course here where we had to actually implement our own operating system. So it's kind of, the equivalent of trying to write something like Windows on a much smaller scale in a much shorter period of time. But the professor used to really brag that a lot of the stuff that we were doing was on par with some of the top computer science programs in the nation.
I got to write a driver for a kernel for an operating system that does the same thing that antivirus programs do. And that was pretty fun. I also had to write viruses and rootkits to test it, which was also interesting because then I learned, how that works and how they do that. And I feel I was able to more adequately learn about the operating system in that way.
Students learn to work together effectively through interaction in a number of team-oriented courses that involve in-depth communication and teamwork.
You'll often find multiple people working on the same program in a lab together. So you have a lot of, you can ask questions to your peers and they can help you when you have a problem.
The reality is when you get out in the job market, you're no longer handcuffed to a desk, to a room. You're going to be expected to be in a group of people, to maybe lead a group of people, and to work with the business owners on how to try to apply technology to solve problems. And so you can't do that by yourself. So being in a team environment when you're getting your education really just kind of prepares you for reality.
Many of the communication skills that you will apply in the workplace are learned in a hands-on, personalized class environment, taught by top professors in small-sized classes to get the individual attention you deserve.
One of the things that was really good is you had kind of a great diversity of teachers, teachers that specialize in different things and could let you kind of pick what you wanted to do, expose you to a lot of different parts of the computer world.
The friendliness of the professors and their availability really helped me I wasn't scared of it. I was willing to learn, and it was a great learning environment for me.
I wouldn't have gone to grad school without a lot of the individual attention that I received. I've had questions, and they were able to, the professors would stick around after class, or I could approach them during office hours and I could really have my questions answered. They weren't in some sort of hurry or brushing us off. And then when I wanted to do extra, they encouraged that. And then even so, I was lucky enough to get a undergraduate research assistantship, which I received even more attention, and I was learning a whole lot more even outside of my classes.
That personalized environment of learning, combined with computer labs across the entire UNI campus, provide an ideal college experience to reach your full potential.
UNI does a really great job with their technology. They have computer labs everywhere. Many of them are open, 24/7. So if you're, a late night owl like I am, you can be up working on your homework and your computer programs, well into the night.
For me, it was the exposure to games on computers and the fact that you could actually program them, and then the more you learned about them, the more you could kind of bend them to your will. And I guess that's kind of the fun part of computers, is trying to figure out how to apply them to things that are interesting in your life, to either make things more fun or more productive or more practical for what it is you're trying to do.
At UNI, I started like a web hosting company. We first started hosting things like student body president type websites and stuff like that, and it was being hosted off of laptops and just kind of whatever you could do to make it work. And we built our first web page at UNI and did all of kind of the technical trying to figure things out. And so 8 years later, we host websites from John Deere to Hardys.com to all these high profile, high availability websites that are pushing gigs of bandwidth a month. But that foundation really started 8 years ago when I was tinkering on Linux in the dorm room, trying to figure it out and asking Dr. Gray, what do you do when this goes wrong?
If you're looking for a future that can leave you working for a number of different companies in a variety of different industries, then put your mind into the Department of Computer Science at UNI.